Alright, what's going on, guys? So, yeah, anyway, session here. This is like off stream, but the thing is, like, when it's off stream, I want to make sure it's recorded, right? Because I want to give you guys a good idea of what I've been emphasizing heavily. I've been getting a lot of questions on DMs. I've been posting a lot of concepts on my Instagram story. But and this is one of those examples right here. So right now, the trade we entered off of based off the 4 candle. It has really all clean traffic to drop down here towards like the 1796 mark. Um, and it's just a matter of this 5, right? So we enter off with the fact that the 5 closes bearish here. So I mean, we're still respecting it. There was once you can say, let's see, where is it? There was, I guess you can say there was a resistance right around here. No, there was a resistance right around here at one point, right here. You close below it, and that was like the close below I needed for price to drive. Now, obviously, with price pulling back here, you can start to scale in positions. So as you start to scale in positions, usually at the most recent resistance is what I'm looking at on a 5. But I'll only scale in positions if it's in drawdown, and it's not like we're just scaling like we're roundly scaling positions. It will usually be off of logical levels. In this case, tapping resistance here. So at this given point, taking our sell here, right? 10 lot. And then if price were to drive up and tap like 1803, at that point I'll add another position as well. Stack another position there. But that's probably it for the positions. But realistically, like, we should be good to drive on this 4 candle here. It's just the structure. We shouldn't break this high. Like, these highs that price wants to drive up, right? Because something I've noticed in 2021 was a lot of our trades would get stopped out, breaking candle highs. However, or we couldn't get in because we were trying to use a logical stop. What I noticed about the 5-minute stops is that it's the most efficient stops because it's above certain ranges and it's above certain structures, right? So there's that when it comes to stops. But yeah, like, again, I really sat down, took a look at 2022 and see what went wrong. I mean, it was a good year. We had a 75 or 78% win rate. Nothing was off. It was the best year yet, but there's always room for improvement. And people get too comfortable, right? With themselves. They get too comfortable that they're winning, right? And they think that, okay, well, if I have an 80%, 75% win rate, this is good enough for me. I mean, I'm fine with this. But really, me, man, I want to keep pushing. I don't want to just have a 75% win rate. I want to have 90, 95, 100. I know some say it's impossible. I believe we can definitely get there as we start to tweak our strategies, like our tweak, right? Not change, because this nothing's changed here. It's going off of that same structure, same closures. It's just tweak as in terms of adjusting to certain things. In this case, we're adjusting to a better stop loss, and adjusting to the fact that you don't need to have a set RR all the time, because in a trade you have freedom to manage risk however you like, close whenever you like. Take profits whenever you like. In this case, price is pushing down here. Usually what I'll tend to do is like, again, that first position is there. Second position, if it comes up to 1803, I'll add another position in there. And then as for stops, like, as it starts to push up and make structure, because I wouldn't base it off of, like, okay, technically my mental stop would be like right here right now, right? But realistically, because if you break above there, you're probably gone. However, if you start to like close bullish, because there's very rare cases where price dips up, very rare cases, and breaks that structure. It might dip up to here. Respect this, still drive. But if it dips up to here, I mean, you know for a fact that at that point it's going to go the other way, right? So as it starts to drive up again, what you'll notice is like price action start to close bullish on a smaller time frame, and that'll lead to breaking structure, right? So with my stops, I don't usually have it above the previous zones. All right, so in this case, like, this thing is driving, pushing. This position is in profit, obviously. What I'll do is if I scale in, like, let's say we have a position here as well, as those two positions starts to head down, and the profit would get into profit overall in all these positions combined. I'll start to close certain positions and then let certain ones rock, right? I'm trying to show you guys a live example here because this trade's in drawdown, which is good. I wanted this trade to be in drawdown so I can show you guys a good example. So if we can drive it to 1803, that'd be great. Now, the thing is, I don't know how long this recording's gonna last, but we shall see. Nice. All right. I mean, that kind of came down. Yeah, the 5, I mean, realistically, if the 5 does close below here, below 1799.63, at that point, I'll add another position. So another a candle closure below though, right? You need a closure below. You can't just take a position off the impulse. So yeah, I think you have like a minute left for this candle here. This candle closes bearish here. You may not see this one drive down because it will still be respecting this support. But if it closes, if the next one, the one after this, which is going to be the one I believe 10 a.m., that one closes below, then that candle should likely continue to drive down. Trades taken should be deleted. That was my message. Yeah, chat. I didn't stream today, but I'll be on tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last stream. I didn't stream today because I wasn't really expecting much. But by the time because at the time it was above these ranges, right? So by the time I saw price, like by the time that I was like, oh, price is moving. It was like 9 a.m. And at that point, it's like, well, there's no point. I knew we weren't going to move from like 7 to 8. I knew it was going to be a bit choppy. And then because the just a structure, going off of the way price was looking, it was still in the range, right? But then it broke out at 9 a.m. and then 9 a.m. you got your push. But if we were streaming, we probably would have hopped off or something. I don't know. Would have been just a waste of time, right? So I just didn't want to stream. And also it's like this week is like kind of like an on and off week for me. It's not really like a full-time week. Next week I'm off completely, and then we'll be back on like the 10th of January or the 9th of January or at the 3rd of January. And then back to regular schedule. All right, this thing's pushing up. I mean, comes down to how his 5 closes really. The 4 kind of has all his range to drive, right? So we know that. It's just how can this like what's gonna happen with this 5 here? Like what's he gonna do? Will it close below and drive now, or will it close above and drive out 10:30? That's what you're asking yourself. You could get that. I mean, this thing did close below like this support. Let me get my zoom up so it's easier for you guys to follow along here. Yeah, so like, I mean, it did close below like this minor support here, right? But overall, it's still respecting the structure. So that's why you need a closure below here, 1799.63 here, right? You really need a closure below there. Okay, cool. So it comes up to 1803. At that point, we'll add another position again, like I said earlier. If it breaks these highs again, you may see a spike up, and as it spikes up, it should make its way up towards 1802, like anywhere in this purple box that I've highlighted, anywhere in this zone. And as it taps anywhere in this zone, that's where we can add a position, because then you'll see a rejection, and this will be a range on fake on the 5-minute time frame, and then we'll start to head back down the other way to the downside. All right. This is still a range 1 to 5. You know, like we're breaking highs, yeah, but still a range 1. The overall bearish structure. So what's likely gonna happen is you might see something like this where your price pops up, flips bearish, closes back into the range, does something like this. That 5 is your liquidity. Next candle like this, and the next candle afterwards is your push. So maybe like 15 minutes. But if you get an entry here, right, we'll be in profit in that position. We'll also be in profit in this position, and then we can close off 2 positions in this zone, or close off all, and then I think we'll be in profit. and then we can wait for a closure below here later and take more positions down once we close below. It's the potential scenario. Yeah, what a pretty interesting day today, you know. I mean, GJ was a similar boat. I mean, GJ pushed, but it just pushed very a little later than I thought. So like this is like a 3-hour trade, I think it was. Like we entered position there, and then I took that position there, right, based on what I just explained on gold. That's gonna happen. So this might happen on gold, or this may happen. And then that position was the one that made push me in profit. And by the time it came back to the break-even points, I closed all, and that was it. I left one running, because that was the initial signal that I gave. It's kind of hard for me to give like multiple entry signals, so I left that one running, and I closed half here at break even, and then I closed half there at break even, and then this one hit break even. I think that push was around like 12 pips, so it wasn't bad. Yeah, so gold pushed up here, perfect. So this is a perfect example here. So at this point, we add our position, boom, position there, and then as this candle starts to head down, we can start to scale or start to match risks. Usually I wouldn't, like, obviously, like 2020. I believe when I entered this earlier, one of these, I entered 2020 twice by accident. So technically I should only have a 60 lot here basically, and plus the 10 obviously, because I just add that, right? I shouldn't have the extra one here, but it's fine. This is, I mean, we'll measures accordingly. Shouldn't be too worried. But yeah, people always ask like, yo, how do you like on stream is a little different because you're doing chat, but realistically when you're streaming, you're just trading it. But when I'm trading by myself, it's very calm and collective. Like this is all that I'm doing. Like I'm just kind of vibing out, you know, listening to some music, vibing out. Like heart rate right now is literally a 50 heart rate. If I can, like, look at this. Resting rate. Oh no, that's the resting rate. Current heart rate, it says 50. I don't know if you see that 5 minutes ago. So like, again, you gotta stay very calm, collective, right? You can't let these emotions get to you, right? 61 right now, right? But you shouldn't be letting these things get to you, because at the end of the day, you know what your plan is, you know what you're doing. It's just you know how much you're risking. All those things are said and done. This is a matter of like how and when and where can you take those actions, right? Like right now, a lot of people in the chat will be freaking out like, oh my god, it's flipping bullish. Look at the overall structure. 4 hours still bearish, 5-minute range 1, right? I'm probably gonna upload this to YouTube or upload this to Instagram. I don't know yet, but yeah. Like you can take another position if like we close below this support. Like you close below here, should be good to drive down further below there. This candle here, right? So you see how this candle is driving down now. You have the fake out that I just drew out earlier. So like with that position, technically you could move stops break even, because if it breaks the high again, you're probably gonna see it drive up to like here, and you probably want a better position later. So at this position right here, where's that one, I'm probably gonna just close that position off there. This position 10 lot probably closes off as well, and now I got the 3 lot running. You know what, I think I'm gonna just close all 3 off and then wait for a closure below the support. So if you close below like 17.99 here, in about I think 3 minutes here, you should be good to drive down, right? But I wouldn't take an impulse here. I'll wait for a 5 closure below, because we noticed that the 5 has came down before in the past and it's all rejected. So you need a 5 closure below the range in order for that 5 to continue down, right, towards the next support. But yeah, like again, like that was a range on breakout. And this is what I mean by stacking positions. Like those positions kind of put you back at the B point, puts you back into positives, and then you can kind of just manage this accordingly, right? But price had no reason to like really break above this high here if it wanted to drop down. Like as long as it stayed below that resistance, it was fine, and it did, right? This thing came up to here, Didn't break this high. I guess we could use this stop, but I preferably would have rather have this stop and then let it drive. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I should crop this video here, or I might wait for the next 2-minute candle. I might as well just wait, make like a 30-minute video or something. I don't know, live scalping on Dawn or something. But yeah, like this. I mean, I'll show you guys this next 5 entry, I guess too. This is for educational purposes only. Obviously, like right now, we're obviously making money with it, or you know, these trades are, but it's technically supposed to be for educational purposes only. All right, so these examples are just for me to educate you guys. Yeah. All right, let's get this signal ready, because you know, gotta call a signal. Go sell stops at, let's see. So if we were to take a position, let's go on trend view and do it, because trend view for me is a bit clearer when I give a signal, because it gives me the RR tool. It's kind of hard for me to look at the other one. Oops, GJ earlier. That was vision nice, played out. So this one here, going off the 1 hour, I mean the 4 count has all that clean traffic to the left. You're probably targeting this level. The 5 closing 30 seconds here. If the 5 closes below here, you can take a position. Something like this would be ideal. Stops like that. TP is roughly going to be around here in the zone here, but we gotta see a closure. So we have 19 seconds left. If you don't get a closure, then I guess we gotta wait for the next 5, right? If you do get a closure, then we'll execute. Anywhere below 17.99 here, obviously, would be your preferred entry. And yeah, we're not gonna close below here, so it looks like we're not gonna get no signal, no trade just yet. So maybe 10 in about 5 minutes here. I'm not sure if you guys want to wait. I mean, what am I telling you guys? Because you guys are not even here. This is just me talking to OBS screen. Let's see. I guess we could play some music, I guess, vibe out for the next 5 minutes, because we know not, we can't do anything right now, right? We all talked about this. Like when you know your trade's not there, you know, like there's nothing you can do. So like there's no point watching the charts, because then if you watch the charts, you tend to feel impulsive, right? And you don't want to feel impulsive. You do not want to feel impulsive. You want to just say your plan. Say it out loud too. Look in the mirror, or tell your kids, or you know, your family members. Be like, "Yo, I'm looking for a closure below the range here." Because when you tell them, at least at that point, they'll keep you accountable. Like, "Oh, weren't you waiting for a closure below the range? Why are you entering here? Why you look stressed right now?" Right? You don't want to do that. So yeah, you want to just say your plan out loud, wait for your plan to play out, enter, and then yeah, that's it. Like this is all fine, like what we've been doing, what we've been sample-sizing, but I think the issue with this is just like I'm trying to figure out how am I gonna call signals with this entry type, because I can call the initial signal, like I can call a closure below, and usually that count would drive, right? But the one I want to call is the second entries and third entries, but I don't know how to calculate that into the spreadsheet after. I gotta figure it out still, but I mean, there's a way. There's definitely a way. But yeah, this is some stuff we've been like looking at and doing for like months now. Like it's been, I think 4 months now. I've been looking at this off stream and on stream consistently. I even had a session at Wixon yesterday. We were hopped on a session, started back testing it, and there was just literally no losses yesterday. Because like it's not new. It's not new to us. It's what we've been doing. It's just everything combined together, right? And that's what trading should be. Always looking to adapt and adjust a bit at a time, right? Like I never said last year's strategy was our final strategy. I never said like that's all we're gonna look for. Those things still apply, right? I guarantee they still apply. It's just we're looking at it from a different time frame, adding a different time frame, I guess, right? Not just looking at that one specific time frame. But yeah, like we just gotta wait here now. Gotta wait. Vibe out, I guess. Should be a good day. But I mean, Christmas is coming up in about 3 days here. This is tomorrow's last day, right? I honestly, like I've been going pretty I don't want to say going pretty hard in December, but it's been a good December for the most part. Like we've been pretty on point with December. Realistically, we've had only like 3 losses all December, and it's been our best month yet, I think, of the year. Surprisingly, December I didn't think I'll stream, but I mean, I streamed the first 2 weeks, so it's fine. Trade every day still, it's fine, and the volume's here. It's completely fine. Surprisingly, usually Q4 is dead here during this time, right? Alright, so right now chat's probably sweating right now. They're like, yo, Don, like, aren't you gonna enter here? Like, it's pushing, it's breaking out low. It looks like it's gonna drive, but you really need that closure. Like, that red line is very key, right? You need, yes, it's driving here. Hold. Don't get anxious. Be patient. Stay calm, right? Wait for a closure. You'll be fine. Don't worry. It's not gonna drive without you. If it does, then that sucks. On to the next day. On to the next idea. But what's the worst that can happen? Would you rather get in impulsively and feel like shit because you got in, or wait patiently for a setup and then get in, right? So look, see, because if you get in and this thing doesn't close below you, now you'd be like, fuck. Now you're asking all these questions. You start pulling a trend line out. Like, did it reject off this level? Did it do this? You start changing. You start looking at other things that you never looked at before, right? So you really want to stay composed and true to your strategy. So look, we have about, what time is it? We got 40 seconds left, right? Once it closes below, no matter, no top wick, no bottom wick, whatever, like, enter off the rip. Like, the minute it opens, it closes off the rip. You could even take an entry like a couple seconds before a closure too, if you don't want to, if you want the best entry. But let me get the signal ready actually. I mean, you can probably target something like this. All right, 5 close below the range here. That's your position. Boom. So there's that position. Sell stops, I'll probably give them this at like 4 for 5. Let's see, probably target. Let me just send this real quick. 1792 point. So I had 90 early and 4 hour time frame, 90 point, and then stop loss is gonna be the high, so 1802.692. The most stressful part, honestly, is just entering signals. Like overall, though, that's about it. So yeah, we're in a trade here. Oops, I did not want to move my stops there. All right, there we go. It's much better. Yeah, so there's that. Off the 5, the breakout lows is the entry I gave them, I believe. That should be, oops, that should be, I think it was 365. Yeah, they should be in right now. Yeah, we all should be in. So there's the trade. All right, cool. So, I mean, I sent it here, kind of messed up my signals. I had to retype it, but look, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 again. So I corrected it right like 30 seconds after, okay, in case you guys are gonna say something. But TP, sell stops there, 1797.365, TP 1793, stop loss 1802.692. This count should be pretty nice. Should continue to drive pretty nicely. Coming down to the bottom of the ranges. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And then you can probably target like, I mean, looking left, I feel like you're gonna just drive down towards 95, start to react there. We'll see how things look at that given point though. As for risk management, right? Overall, this thing should be pretty nice. I had another position if it taps like 99, 7 to 99, I say, right? I'll be another example I have, but I mean, let's just put that there, I guess. It's a great day though. Very great day. Very awkward day. Unexpected too on a Thursday. I was not expecting this. That's why I didn't stream earlier. But I was on stream at like 8:30, 9. But I mean, I'm like, whatever. It's fine. I just take the day off, you know. Maybe I'll make this video, and maybe this video will help others, because it's very different when I'm on stream and off stream. You guys don't really see my true emotions, obviously, right? On streams, sometimes it's aggravating because the chat is just not, like, like, when you trade and people are just asking questions like, yo, why do you do this? Why did you move stocks to break even here? Why did you close here? Why didn't you wait for this? Why didn't you wait for that? And it's just like, well, this is just what I do. This is just how I've been doing it. This is just what I do, you know? Like, I've already done the testing. This is what I do at this point. But yeah, this is funny. Yeah, the reason why we have stocks above this zone is because there's no need, like, price, there's no reason for price to really break these highs here if it drives down. It can break this high, but as long as it respects the structure, it's still valid to drive down. Like, that's just the previous range now, right, that you have. It's also the 1 hour high and the 30-minute high, 15 highs, and all. It's all those highs combined too. So yeah. Nice. Yeah, so I wouldn't add a position here. No, it's 5 close bullish, but I wouldn't add it here. I'll add it maybe if, like, we come up to tap 97. Like, what you might see is, you might see us do something like this that we did earlier, break the lows and after a top wick. So if it comes up, taps that level resistance, I'll add a position there. Same stops as 1802. It'll be much smaller though, because, you know, we already came up, and then as we start to come back down, I'll look to manage both positions, just like the other one we just had earlier, right? Sure, very nice though. I believe the 4 kind of has broken down his lows there, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, like, it's really clean traffic. I don't see where we can struggle at. Realistically, you're looking at 1790 overall here. The daily should finish off around 1790. And tomorrow's daily candle, if it closes the way it is, it's gonna be very nice. It's gonna be a very nice day tomorrow too. All right, so this candle's creating a nice top wick. You may see a push here up to 1799. You may see a push. Yeah. $99, 1800-ish. But it's a lot of stuff to look forward to for next year, chat. A lot of stuff to look forward to, you know. A lot of new ideas. The website's coming soon. I mean, hopefully before the year ends, but if not before the year ends, probably about the first week of January, I'll say. But I'm pushing them, man. I'm pushing the developer, pushing hard. I tell them I need this website, man. Everyone's waiting for it. They're gonna kill me if they're gonna kill me if it doesn't come out. So, like, I'm trying. You know, chat, maybe I should stop live streaming and just do this every day. No, I'm kidding. What we will do is a lot more live next year on stream, right? That'd be great. Might be confusing at first though, for sure. You guys are like, what? what's this new adding entry stuff? What is this, Don? Like, I thought we were just waiting for a closure below the Rangers. And we are still. Just adding a little twist to it. Adding some more things to it that I've noticed over the last couple months. I always tell you, whenever you guys have me give me suggestions, like I would never just blindly take the suggestion or follow what you guys tell me to do. And that goes to everyone. It goes to like even like the master, like whatever masters you see out there, right? Because I honestly rather experience those things by myself first. I rather experience the fact that okay, this like I rather see if it works or not for myself. I rather go through these things first, right? So that's why sample sizing is so key for me. I never just blindly jump in. Even when Ted, like Uncle Ted, right? You guys know Ted. He mentioned he mentioned on our stream in February when he came to our streams. He mentioned about the comics. And I'm like, cool. The comics is interesting. Yeah. But it's not like the next day I took a position with comics. Like it took me. I'm still backtesting as we speak. I'm still sample sizing it, right? It's been like almost, I think 9 months here almost at this point. So like, yeah, it's something that I'm still looking at, and until I'm comfortable taking it myself, there's no positions for you guys too, right? Because I need to get comfortable with it myself first. So even with this, like the whole stacking positions thing, like it took me some time. It took me some time to get comfortable with this first before I started doing it right myself, and that's why I'm making these videos nowadays, so you guys can get a better idea of it. Alright, so this thing's flipping. Now, you're either gonna get this, so you may get this, something like this, then a bearish closure at resistance like this, and then for price to drive down to retest the lows, or you might just get a closure below. I mean, this closure, if I'm being honest, was not strong enough. It was not strong enough. Because it was right at support, right? But what I'm going to do is probably just move my stops to break even. This candle flips bullish. There's no reason for us to be in a trade no more. So I'm telling the channel to move stops to break even as well. Because like if this thing flips bullish, it's probably going to drive up in Phil's range to the upside. So yeah, we're pushing down now. And I mean, right there should be good for a closure. So right there at that point, I'm going to close full my positions. And there's that. Right at the tip. So the channel closed full as well. I think that was around plus 12 pips. Not a small W, I guess, for a day. Yeah, not too bad. Now, because the reason why I closed there was because like this thing didn't close below. At any given point, this thing is still flip bullish, right? It has no topic too. So primary interest there. And I think that's it for my session, honestly. I think I'm done for a day. That was the day. 18k a day, 17k a day. Yeah, I saw I think almost 5k of that on this little 30-minute segment here. But hope you guys enjoyed this video here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this video, but I just want to show you guys some live trading off stream, right? Because you guys want to see it. So yo, have a good day, yo. I'll catch you guys in the morning tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Eastern, or whenever you're watching this. We're watching every weekday, Monday to Friday. So I'll catch you guys there.